have a cold night in the Northeast. A bad evening to be without a parka, but we are set for football at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Tonight, the stage is set for our final Thursday night game of the year between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the New York Jets. Season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. They'll start on the ground here with Nwangu. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
On second down, here's Nwangu. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That burst good for 20 and a first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Now former 6th-round pick, it's Elijah Mitchell. And he stopped immediately there. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Here's Rodgers to throw. Got a man, it's London. He's got room at the 30. It's a big play for the Jaguars. And even 40 yards. 46. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Drake London with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Jaguars put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. The extra point by Sly is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. Jadon Mickens now from his end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
This could be the turning point.
They start the drive with Cook. Taking it right down Broadway. He's at the 40. 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. They blitzed defensively there, but he was able to slip through that first layer, and then he was gone.
I think they won the leverage game, didn't they?
Yes.
Right? They saw the blitz coming. That got to him a little bit, but they leveraged it perfectly and found not just a crease, a gigantic hole. And off he goes, and he's still going all the way to the end zone.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
And listen, these Thursday night games, they're tough on the body. You just played on Sunday, 72 hours later. Hey, it's game day again. But I have to think a Thursday night game in September much more preferable than a Thursday nighter in December, no?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. You mentioned how tough it is on the body. How about the mind? You're already tired, fatigued, right? Trying to battle for playoff spots. And here you have the quick turnaround. Now, the flip side is, if you take care of business, win that Thursday nighter, you go into a mini open week. Gives you a few extra days to heal up the body and the mind before you play your next game.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
On 2nd down and 4, Rodgers.
And that's to Amon-Ra.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And now before this first down play, we're going to... They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. On first down, they'll run with the Wanderers.
And the ball is knocked out, and it's scooped up by the Jets. And great effort. Does he get burned for that in film? He fought through some tackles. End result, though, a fumble.
It's going to be one of those situations where he'll get yelled at about the fumble.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that challenge, a successful one. The fumble on first down. Now here's 2nd down.
On play action. Now Rodgers. This is caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. 2 touchdown passes now here in this first quarter for Aaron Rodgers.
And the Jaguars have taken the lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that makes the score 14-7. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away.
Fields it right around the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
And they are losers of 2 straight coming into this Thursday night game. Is it more difficult, CD, when you take a losing streak into a quick turnaround game like this?
It certainly is, because you don't get time to work on the issues that you've had throughout the season that caused you to have the record that you're having. You can't really get those set. So now you're trying to minimize those and maximize what you've been doing well. And I remember a game recently where one of the assistant coaches said to the head coach, forget our running back rotation. This guy has a hot hand, and they rode him to a victory. Those are things you have to look out for in games like this.
They run again on first down. Cook. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
The Jets at 10-4 on the year. And they come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
Clock runs, less than a minute to go, and an entertaining first quarter of play. On second down, Cook. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Well, this defense for the Jaguars, they were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
And how'd you like to be the quarterback reviewing the game tape from last week and seeing this defense on the spot on almost every snap? If the ball was in the air, they took it away. If the ball was popped free, they picked it up. 5 takeaways in last week's game.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one goes for 29 yards on 3rd down.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make the play in football.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Give to Cook out of the gun. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. For a lot of people, MVP award means the quarterback award usually, but over 100 yards again last week. They're going to have to look his way more than once when giving out this award this season, I think.
Yeah, it's not just the consistency. It's been some plays that we've seen where we talk about it for weeks thereafter. That's what we're getting out of him. Over 100 yards last week. Expects to continue that in this game, too.
Only a yard on the pickup, so from a good situation on 2nd and 2, it's now 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
From the shotgun now. Here's it. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And did the Jaguars come up with it? They did. And in this very cold night air, how much harder, Charles, is it?
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. They go play action. Mills.
Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on 2nd and goal?
Mills to throw it.
And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Picked off by Benjamin St-Juste. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
A feather in the cap for the defender, picking off one of the league's better quarterbacks so far this season, and add another feather in the cap for the coaches, too. Excellent game plan, and they have their guys aware of his ability to roll out and how to defend against it.
And they'll begin by running the option.
Rodgers sliding to a stop with a 1st down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Straight ahead, here's Nwangu.
Room here to run. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal.
They'll look to run with Nwangu.
And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
They're right there at the 1. No gain, but don't let that stop you. Line back up and keep going at them. If I'm them, I'm thinking about going at it 4 straight times.
Mitchell Looking for a signal, but none forthcoming. They stopped him shy of the goal line.
This Jet defense so far standing tall. They need another stop now, 3rd and goal.
Mitchell again.
And he'll take this into the end zone. A touchdown, Jacksonville.
Elijah Mitchell with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And it's now 21-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
A big mistake last time they were on the field, tossing that interception inside the red zone and really taking away what had been a pretty successful drive up to that point.
He's got a man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big pickup of 38.
And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit. And that might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. Two minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Second down, they go right back to Cook.
Pretty nice, aggressive run there before being brought down just inside of the 30.
125 yards rushing for him now in this one as he is closing in on 1,800 yards for the year.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to this.
Touchdown, Jets. Dallas Goedert, his 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Jets have cut it back within a score.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Extra point by Fairbairn. Up and good. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
This taken in at the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff.
And now a fumble. The ball's out. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
You know I love football. You know I love the game.
I hope so.
But nighttime in December, you know I'm wearing multiple coats. So I just wonder about the guys on the field with all the great gear that they have. Do they have enough on, or do they have too much on? Because sometimes that can affect you trying to carry the ball.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll try the middle with Cook. Stops short of the 25, but that second effort got him a couple extra. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
Play fake. Mills. Swinging this out wide here for Cook.
And out of bounds right around the 20.
7 yards there and a first down. First down throw for Mills. Dalvin Cook now catches on back-to-back plays. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
That leads us to a first and goal to pick up the lead.
Now Mills.
And this is going to be caught. No, they say it's incomplete.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
They'll go again from the 3 here on second and goal. They'll run for it with Cook. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1.
Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is third and goal.
Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. Right now, no questioning the toughness of this Jaguar defense. This is third and goal.
Now Mills on the sneak, driving for the goal line, but he's marked down short. And with no timeouts, no chance to get the field goal unit out there. And frustration going to set in, as that is going to be how this first half will come to a close.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Jets going to get the football first, and they trail as well as we get back underway in this second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Here's Cook again.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 49.
146 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10.
From the gun, here's Mills.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Now Cook running right. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll take this to the other side of the field before going out of bounds. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet 1st down.
All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that play.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Cook up the gut. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. On 3rd down, here's Mills.
He gets this one to Boyd.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him over 3,000 yards passing now in the campaign.
And Brandon, nowadays, your leader's usually closer to 5,000 yards on the year, but still, 3,000 yards, a good season.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
To throw, Mills.
That is caught. It's the tight end Goddard. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Dallas Goddard with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year.
And the Jets are an extra point away from evening this one up.
The extra point. We are tied at 21. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away.
Taken in at the 3. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following a touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Another run now for the Jaguars. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35.
Rodgers going to throw. Man open. It's St. Brown. He's got it.
And he will have a Jaguars 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Up the middle, Nwogu.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
On play action, Rodgers. This is intercepted.
Jordan Brooks with it. And the Jets are going to take possession as they got it at the 42-yard line. So that time the pressure got home just as he was releasing the football and caused the pick.
And what it did was it disrupted that fragile balance of the mechanics of throwing the football. You know, from the footwork to being able to actually throw it downfield. If one piece of that puzzle gets disrupted, it affects the entire chance of success.
And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Well, you hate that defensively. They had him pretty well corralled, but the face mask, that obviously changes things.
Yeah, it's a bit frustrating because you feel like you did everything right. You had him stop, but the hand gets up just a little too high, and the natural inclination is to hold on, and that's going to get called every time.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They run with Cook. He's been busy tonight.
And he's got it to about the 40.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Off the play fake, Mills.
Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Goddard.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. They run the counter with Cook.
Adafe Owe there on the tackle.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Complete. Jefferson the target. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Mills now. He's going to get this one down to Cook, and he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
And it's a touchdown for the Jets.
Chuba Hubbard.
A 15-yard touchdown grab.
And the Jets have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the 4th.
Extra point by Fairbairn. Up and good. They will take a 7-point lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
On 1st down, Rodgers.
Got his man. It's Bo Melton. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. 18 more yards there and another first down.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
They fake the give. Now Rodgers. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good, and an important one.
We just smashing into people right now for no reason.
So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away.
Taking it about the 1. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try and grab that lead back.
There's some space here. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
198 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Here's Mills.
And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Adafe Owe in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
So a nice bounce back there defensively after giving up the big play.
Yeah, you can either get down on yourself or you can get motivated. And that time, they dropped him for a loss. So I would say that they got motivated and made the play.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Up the middle, it's Cook. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. He's able to get 4 back on the run, but now they'll have to find something here on 3rd and about 14.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down.
They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up.
And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the 1st down. Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This for the lead in the final stages. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never ending. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes.
So he waited on the sideline for his first chance in the ball game, and it didn't come until the 4th quarter, but he connects there. A big one to give him the lead.
Boy, you talk about coming in cold. I don't care how many times you kick it into a net. You're not really ready when you go out there and all that beef is coming at you trying to block the kick. Big spot, and he delivers.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Well, the football changing hands here as this offense takes the field. Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage, while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It'll go down. It's a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Oh, I know it goes against the grain here. It totally goes against it, but you've got to drop the ball in that situation. He makes a catch, but he loses yards and doesn't get out of bounds.
Rodgers to throw. Flushed out right.
He'll get this to Nwangu.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A 1st down and then some. Give him 29 yards.
On the draw, it's Nwangu. Down to about the 37.
I know a lot of people won't like the draw called in that situation, but every now and then that pops big. In this case, it didn't happen.
From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The way he's thrown the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions, and that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Boy, this crowd is on pins and needles now, because anytime you see the ball heading for the end zone, you really hold your breath, and they come out of their seats. That one falls incomplete.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Maybe some temptation here to try to go for the win, but I think you got to kick the field goal.
I agree totally. When you look at the time left on the clock, that's not a spot where you take the gamble. Go ahead and kick the field goal here and take it from there.
One final try for Rodgers. We've seen this before. And it's incomplete. Rodgers is done at the 40. He won't get the connection here, and the ball game is over.
Partner, what a finish to this one. I mean, this offense, they had it down there inside the red zone, but ultimately couldn't execute that final snap to find the end zone.
Yeah, and they're going to walk away from this one, and you know what's going to go through their heads the entire time until they get to play again. If we could only have that final snap to do over one more time, maybe with a different play call.
So for the Jets, it's a big win here as they move to 11-4 now on the year. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week, where they take on the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, it's a slip-up that could cost them as they drop now to 12-3. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans.